How do
Alan.
we go for it?
I think you see a fork in the road, kan? There's
Mhm.
one saying we can just rest atau tidur. The other road says, oh, we have to do a podcast today. Can we go to the left one?
I mean, if we go to the left one, and then we go, and then we do what is at the part of the road, and then you see another fork in the road, and it has the same options, as if we're gonna be stuck in a loop
Yeah.
until we do something about it.
Okay, so the music is done now.
Oh, okay. Welcome to the Download the Game with this podcast.
Welcome.
To episode 93.
Ooh, 93.
Ooh,
Will we getting
almost-
something? Will we
almost
getting? Yeah,
the 3
100.
digits.
Betul lah. Will we getting something special ke for the 100?
Stay tuned.
I don't know how to react on this one because from the last time we mentioned this beat, I think nothing has moved behind the curtain.
Yep.
Nothing at all. Imagine we keep on being surprised with, oh, it keeps on ticking. Oh, we should do something about it. Oh, it keeps on ticking. We should do something about it. And then episode 100 happens and nothing happens at all. It's just another episode.
As well.
94. Oh, that will be by Christmas. So it is technically a Christmas episode. So we will be doing something.
We'll get a KFC bucket, I guess, introducing the
yeah.
introducing the panel. We have Danial over there.
Hello.
The other side is Anan.
What up?
And I am Amirul Mekronos Ashraf. And it has been 2 weeks since we talked on a podcast.
Yeah, the past 2 weeks, I don't know, kind of short for some reason for me. How about you guys?
Blink. Oh, it's gone. It's already 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's why.
as if someone is using a power, right, to move forward to time quickly. I don't know.
It just feels like it keeps looping and looping. I don't know why.
Yeah.
And it's, the daily grind, right? And then it feels like way too similar. Sometimes it hits that deja vu feeling. Good thing is, when we keep doing the same things over and over again, we get better at it. Well, that's the idea. That's
in theory.
That is what it's supposed to be. But if that doesn't happen, well, I guess welcome to time loop hell. You're the NPC. You don't get to keep the memory. Oh god. So that's where we start then.
Looping
of the death. What's that called? That title's name again?
Yeah, I don't know. This one weird indie game that people might have not heard yet. Saying this as people getting sick of seeing this game over in trade shows and stuff. It's called Deathloop. Huh. What a catchy name by this one studio that keeps on making games called Arcane. You might have heard them. They've made Dishonored. They've made games like Prey. But let me tell you this. If somehow you feel like if you have tried to see and to play a game like Dishonored, a game like Prey, or any of Arcane's backlog, and you just say, why is there too many things to do? Like, why is the game too judgy for me? Like, oh come on lah. I don't need all these things to like burden me at hour 1. I guess Arcane like took all those criticisms to heart, and they've made a game that is so accessible to most of the mainstream crowd. And now, finally, it took them like, I don't know, like 10, 20 years. But now, games made by Arcane have now reached a level of appreciation never been seen before. I don't know if you guys have looked at the mainstream reviews. I didn't expect a game from Arcane to get 10 out of 10s.
That's surprising.
That's very generous. Like IGN 10 out of 10, GameSpot 10 out of 10. Like I think at least 3 10 out of 10s. Like
that's quite rare for Arcane though.
Yeah, especially if you know what games Arcane made.
That's why.
So what's so cool about Deathloop? So I've been in the loop for a bit, for 1 week, and I've prepared for the loop as we've discovered in previous episodes. So I have like a more intimate feeling of like what I'm expecting and what I know the history of this specific studio. This is Arcane Lyon. So this is specifically the team that made Dishonored. As compared to the team at Prey, that's Arcane Austin, and they are making Redfall, that other new game that I'll mention it later lah. But let's talk about Deathloop. So here's the thing about Deathloop. If you haven't figured out how the game is played, here's the thing. You wake up one day, you're amnesiac, you don't know what you see, you don't know what to do, and then you keep on seeing like a floating wall of text talking to you, and just like, who am I? Oh, I'm cold? Oh, cold? I don't feel like I'm cold. Where's the code? Oh, I need to go for the... So basically, you are being walked through by this weird wall text, and then some girl contact you by radio. She calls herself Juliana, and she keeps on teasing you about something that you haven't figured out. So you spend the next 2 to 3 hours in a very guided tutorial. The first loop is is just a hand-holding sessions walking you through the concept of Deathloop, which is unheard of from an Arcane game. Like in Dishonored 2, the tutorial is optional. In other games, Prey and Dishonored 1, there is no tutorial. Just figure the game out by yourself. Sometimes that's good. For me, I love that bit. But for most people, they just like stare at the first 10 minutes and say, what am I gonna do? Wow. Wow. And then just just close the game, uninstall and forget about it. And maybe next year, somebody keeps on talking about, Arcane games are good. Okay. Install back and then get into the same loop again. Oh, there's too much to do. So basically, you have to go through a guided tour, and the game explains a lot of the different nuances of the game explicitly, so you just can get your head wrapped around, like both in terms of the gameplay and both in terms of like character motivation, and both. Okay, this is 3 now, both, and also about the story itself. The world that you are here. You are trapped in an island called Black Reef, which apparently, I don't know how to explain it. It's a live-in place in terms of you don't like this place had history, and you just somehow you as Colt and 7 other big guys called the Visionaries, and also like a bunch of party goers called the Eternalists, somehow crash into this island, do what they want, and then get themselves stuck in the time loop. And then as you figure out the first loop and a half, I guess, which is the tutorial, you figure out the motivation. Okay, Colt is dead set in wanting to break the loop for whatever reason, and for reasons that are made clear later on. Okay, set. And then the weird quirks of this world. Colt kills people like super fast, and his first murder, he was surprised. Oh, this feels easy. Oh god, I've done this before, haven't I? and then he also basically that's the whole game. And then he noticed that, oh, bodies disappear. Put a note on that. Bodies disappear when you kill. Alright, okay. And then you meet Juliana, and Juliana keeps on taunting you for something. Do we have history here? maybe not. You'll figure out later on. And then you see all the things until the last bit of, oh, okay. Now you figure it out. The first bit that you need to do. To break the loop, you have to kill all the 8 visionaries. These visionaries are basically the big VIPs on the island. You have a mad scientist there, you have a weird cult leader, and I think there's an artist that's known for her artistic painterly and also might be high on drugs. I think there's a reference about huffing paint, so she's doing both the painting and the huffing and the drugs, I guess. There's a computer scientist. There's a how I say this. You know how the the douchebag investor sort of person that likes to party hard and calls himself unironically Alpha Wolf 69 on the computers. That's
Oh my god.
types all in caps. Alpha Wolf 69.
Nice.
And also apparently likes to make parties that involves eating possibly human flesh. It doesn't make clear enough, but from the pre-release trailers, it is made mention that there's some cannibalism involved. Hence the wolf thing, I guess. Who else? There's a computer hacker that might be having a brain problem for whatever reason that we made clear later. There's also... Who else? I haven't got... Oh, there's a scientist, another different scientist, so 2 different scientists. Those are the more seen people. And a DJ, a radio DJ of the 60s feel, so a lot of rambling on air. That's the sort of the big, not egoistic, larger than life personality, you know. Yes, something like that. So, okay, you have to take them down. Okay, sounds like if you played Dishonored, it should feel familiar already. Alright, okay, cool. Just take all the air. Then you figured the first block in the process of breaking the loop. To kill them, you'll need to do. You not just have to kill them. You have to kill them all in one loop, in one day. Because once the day ends, you begin anew, and the loop starts back from the early morning. So what you will figure out quickly is that you just don't have enough time to kill everyone. You don't have enough time, and you can't be at all of the right places at the right time, because all these visionaries, basically they have their own little I like to call the fortresses. You can call it lair as well. So they hang out in different parts of the map at different parts of the time. So essentially, you will get moments where, at this moment of time, I have to make a choice to kill one or the other visionaries. But to break the loop, to beat the game, you have to kill both at the same time. Now you have to figure out something. Okay. You know how games, arcade games, like to have like a lot of like, this is true also to all immersive sims. A lot of like discovery through reading notes, through finding things in some corner of the map, in opening some room, figuring out some codes, right? So all those stuff are still there in Deathloop, and all of them are, well, maybe not all of them, but a lot of them are in service of like figuring out, giving you information of how do you solve this quote-unquote murder puzzle? How do you put this all together into the one way to break the loop? Oh, one thing I need to mention early on. The cool thing about Deathloop, this is one cool quality of life lah. you know how you get a lot of those like notes, right? And you basically just open the note, scroll, close the note, forgot what
Yeah.
it says, right? So sometimes in like even in some games like in Dishonored, they make good like, oh, if you have like a code in those notes, and they'll put a separate tab to just list all the codes. Now in Deathloop is much better in the form that every note you pick, every audio log, everything that you like come across as like tag, what is it? Either about law or stuff like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
You pick it up, you immediately got a summary of it, a cliff notes of what the content is. So you might skim a DM of the visionaries lah, and then you say, this is too much lah, I want to read later. Or you might have read it and you just don't understand what they are talking about. Especially for maybe non-native speaking English speakers might come across this problem. So now you just look at the cliff notes, you just look at the summary. Oh, this DM is the two of them talking shit with against the other guy who calls himself Alpha 69. Oh, okay, I immediately get it, because you know how sometimes the text is long and you just like, you don't want to spend time to just sit down and read all of them and then figure it out yourself. No, it's okay. You have a summary for it. So, easy. Pop, pop, pop. Just collect, and then later on you'll just like highlight the note, and okay, you don't even need to read everything. That's amazing. Please, game developers, steal this.
This idea, man.
Oh, steal this. Like, you have no idea how many times that I want to understand the law, but I just do not want to like sit down and read 2 minutes of text when I want to play a game about murdering someone. So that's a great small thing, but there are like a lot of those small things that have just made Deathloop a little bit different than your typical arcade games. Another thing I need to mention before we go further, the looping mechanism is that in a day, you basically have like 4 times of day. Basically, it's a rigid time system. It's not like, oh, you have like a timer on, you are on the clock. Literally, you're not. Basically, you go into a map. That's the time zone that you're gonna spend your day in, and that's it. And then you move to a new map. That's another time to spend in the day. So basically, the game breaks down one complete day, one complete time loop is divided into 4 times. So you can visit it in the morning, the noon, the afternoon. Basically, afternoon is basically winter. For whatever reason, this island goes into a wintry cloud in the afternoon, and then also evening. So there's 4 times to go to visit a level. Yeah, there are just like 4 maps, 4 levels essentially, which is
A Forza Horizon method.
yeah, it sounds like, ooh, there's not a lot of content. But here's the thing, even in Hitman you have like 6 levels, right? Like, I mean, in Hitman 3 I think it's 6 you get, and then you can revisit the each of the levels, each of the mission over and over again. How about this? Deathloop have 4 maps that changes in 4 different times of day. So theoretically you have 16, but I think it's technically more like 14 for whatever reason. Some of them are inaccessible. Okay, 14 different maps with some different tweaks of the layout. By different tweaks of the layout, I mean in the morning you get to see you see at the middle of a town square, there's like boxes all over the place. They are like setting up something. If you go back to the afternoon, you see a concert, and then by the evening, you see people getting basically drunk to their, and everything is like falling apart because they party too hard. Everything is like broken and exploded, something like that. So there are changes, made a lot of big changes to the layout in the different times of day. And replayability is built into the game. You have to play the maps over and over again. So you can basically say, okay, this run I need to visit the town of Updam. Yeah, it's called Abdam. The town of Abdam in the morning and see something. And then in the afternoon, okay, you go and do something else. Okay, finish the day. Hold on. Maybe I need to visit Abdam in the evening for something specific because I have a new lead. I have a new clue on what I need to find to figure out the murder puzzle. Okay, then you have to specifically go at night, at evening. It's technically night, I guess. So there's a lot to figure out, and then you have the roguelike thing. Okay, you can pick up guns, you can pick up gear in Deathloop, and apparently they've made it like there's like a rarity system. Do you like your guns purple? Or do you like your guns with a Destiny style perk? Random perk? Oh, that's in there, baby. That's in there. Thankfully, they didn't put stat numbers. It's not a looter shooter, so stop. I hope they just stop there.
No, that's for that other game. Kan, spoke too soon. That's for the other game.
Yeah.
Australia game.
I mean, we've already hinted it before. So now you have like, okay, random weapons, but it's not technically too random because like again, this game is about time loops, right? So if there are like specific guns that you know that is like left in on the map somewhere at some particular time of day, right? At any time of the day, not any time of the day, if you keep on revisiting the loop at the same place at the same time, you will find that gun. It's always there. You like here's a bit of hint for you players. Go to the morning at in the library of Abdam. There's always a purple gun there. A purple gun that shoots snails and do instant kills if you're good with it. It's always there in the morning. But I said this. Good luck getting there if you don't know what you're doing because it is heavily guarded with turrets and too many human bodies. Okay, so far you guys got the gist of the game, alright?
Yeah.
And okay, wrinkle in. Okay, we have the roguelite stuff, right? Okay, now we make it roguelite in a way that you can keep some of the guns because at the end of the loop, usually all of the loot that you have picked up will be reset, so you get to keep nothing. But there is a system that will make you retain all your gear that you wanted. You want your favorite shotgun to be with you every time. If you start a new loop, you can keep it, but you have to spend this currency called residium. They call it residium. It's basically the souls. I'm saying it right now. It's basically the souls in the
Souls.
But instead of like but Deathloop doesn't make you like go kill people to grab their souls. They not all of the people you kill will drop souls. You only drop souls if you are visionaries or basically the big important people lah. So when you will go into getting the targets, getting the VIPs, the visionaries, basically the boss fight if you like go in guns blazing, right? Get them down, then you get some good souls there. Also, I should mention that if you die, you drop souls as well because because of I'm not gonna spell it out, but you'll figure it out quickly. Again, the world building is top notch. You just when you know the stuff that is like, this is working like this, and then it brings up into interesting story beats. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm trying to beat around the bush a lot on that part. Okay, I've mentioned the souls. How about this? One specific visionary of the group is Juliana. Juliana will sometimes usually every time of the day, she will just banter you by radio. Just say haha, make fun of Cole or something like that. But then sometimes, she'll drop by and say hello. And by drop by to say hello, I mean online invasions. It's literally online invasions.
Okay.
You get a big text say Juliana is on the hunt. Oh no, she's here. And to make sure you do not cowardly pull out, all the exits from the map will be disabled until you hack some antenna in the middle of the map, and usually Juliana starts at that part of the map. You have to confront her or be sneaky about it.
The big oof.
No, there are ways where I have been gone into instances where I was dreading the heck of it because I am in a good run and I haven't infused the stuff I wanted. So if I die, if I start a new loop, I basically drop all the stuff I wanted, and that's a bit of a bummer, but it's not that much. But still, I dread that feeling. So the usual roguelike feeling, right? But now you have the added wrinkle of, I need to survive this encounter. I go full stealth. Just play the lame game as you can in a usual arcade game and usual immersive sim. The lame game is still available. Find the antenna, hack it, and then decided not to do any objective and just leg it. Go to the exit and just say bye-bye. I don't want to mess with you today. You can do that. Or you just say hello, let's fight on. Mano a mano, 1v1 PvP, let's go. There's one encounter. It was in the morning in the map called Carl's Bay. So if you've been here, this is basically a strategy. This is a strategy tip for you lah. Here's my reenactment of the place. I went there. Juliana is on the hunt. Okay, sure. And then because of the places, the buildings there is basically like low ceiling. No low ceiling. It's basically just like 1-story, 2-story buildings that you can climb on top. So basically you're just running around rooftops, right? Mm-hmm. So there's, for whatever reason, at this specific level, there's one cheeky turret, portable turret that is placed on top of the rooftop. For whatever reason, I don't know. When I was going, sneaking around, and then the turret triggered. Oh god. So I hack it immediately, and hopefully, maybe that turret will get Juliana. I was just hoping. Okay, hack it, and then I see like some pings down there saying that the enemies might have alerted, and when I think there's a way where Juliana can also like ping. If they see you, they can ping you and have enemies around there alerted. So that was basically what happened. So I kind of panicked. I jumped down and then run around, basically running for my life, because I hear the snipers. I think Juliana is shooting sniper shots at me. So I was panicking, and then suddenly Juliana's gone. Oh, what happened? Oh, she followed me at my footsteps. Basically, she went through the rooftop and encountered that turret that almost killed me. It got her. She's dead there. Near down, with her souls dangling near the side of the roof. Oh, that's an amazing feeling that I basically did nothing except hacking it. That was basically the day 2 or day 1 experience, but after that everybody knows what to do. So it was rough if you play online. Is what I'm saying. But it's a good kind of experience though, because you feel on edge, and the right kind of on edge. Now I know why people like Dark Souls so much, in a form that I can appreciate. It's not perfect. It's laggy. The fact that there are moments where like it's super laggy that I just could not do melee combat, in terms of like when you're so close, right? You have the machete, which basically is your one note combat melee combat thing. it's like a struggle to get the hits connected. Oh boy, it was rough. No wonder they kind of cut all of the melee combat because there's a no clip video released recently, and apparently the Deathloop was supposed to have all the Dishonored combat. So basically, you have the parries, you have the blocks, right? That have to be cut down because of the lag differences. Like you have to imagine you have to have to learn a different parry timing when you are playing as Colt, and then when you're playing as Juliana, because the game is actually is a P2P kind of thing. There's no dedicated servers, so host advantage is there very clearly if you're playing as what else? But that's the point lah. The lagginess is still apparent. So I don't know if it's because like I'm being matched up with people from America or something. I don't know if enough people are playing it right here. But it is what it is lah.
It's what it is.
I mean, and if you do not like the idea of online invasions, you can turn it off. But you're still gonna get hunted by Juliana, but the AI version. And they are not that good. You can easily exploit them. Which is leading to another concern about Deathloop. Apparently, they've toned down the AI. The AI has been dumb. like proper dumb. You know how there's like, if you play this on maybe on normal difficulty, the moment you just peek your head around a different angle that is not covered by the by cover, right? And then immediately the alert thing, so and this one is like they are like it's the same system, but they are very generous at it. Like to the point that there are moments where I was just running around and then I just stopped there and then I noticed, oh dude, there's two guys directly in front of me. 5 seconds later, pop alert. Wait, 5 seconds? Took them so long, and then I just one-shot them with a machete, both of them, and nothing happened. Nothing escalated. The alarm is off. And okay, so if you like challenging enemies, Deathloop is not the game because they've toned it significantly. But by this change, it makes for one thing: you don't need to play stealth anymore. You can just murder everybody.
Yeah.
Everywhere, the floating text. Basically, the floating text is basically the mind goblins within Cold. The mind goblin could keep on saying, kill people, shoot them all, knock, motherfuckers, kill them all, then kill more. Everywhere. I mean, there's still like text saying like, oh, you can just sneak up and stab them as well. But it feels more in your face than ever before in terms of just shoot everyone. And here's the thing, that the fun bit about shooting people around in Deathloop. Okay, you have a combat encounter, right? Say again, up down at the front of the library. Everybody there is on high alert and they are all crazy. If you just decide to just leg it and go run through the hall corridors and into the front of the mansion, I think it's called the Manor Square or something, Dorsey Square, I forgot what is the name, but it's basically the another open part of the map that is like at the other edge of the map. So if you like leg it around there, and then this escalated, and not only is nobody's gonna chase you, everyone's there is not alerted at the same. They are not alerted like the guys at the front of the library. So you basically start fresh. Oh, okay, now I can engage stealth again. Oh, why not? Just shoot everyone. Come on. Yeah, and that significantly make you want to shoot people. The guns are, as I mentioned, there are like a variety of them, but they're also like different kinds of shotguns, different kinds of pistols. There are even legendary guns that you can collect. One of the legendary gun is an SMG. No, it's a set of dual pistols that you can combine them into an SMG. Like it snaps like a Nerf gun. There's a specific Nerf gun that has you combine two pistols together at an angle to make it as an SMG. That's basically it. That's a gun in Deathloop. So yeah, shooting people around is fun. They've made it like they much more stupid helps, and also you're not being judged at all. Like at any time, there's no chaos system. You are the harbinger of chaos.
That is cool.
There's no
chaos system.
No, nobody says anything.
No rats.
No rats. Oh
No
yeah,
rats.
there are no rats. What else? Hold on, I'm blanking here. I need to. What other examples? But basically, yeah, you have free reign to do whatever you want. And even in the story bit, it's like cool. Early in the tutorial, Cole is like, oh yeah, I have to kill people, right? And then by the start of after the tutorial ends, he's basically dead set. Yeah, I'm gonna kill all these motherfuckers. So don't stop me. Go ahead and stop me. It's like that. So basically, nothing feels like you're not playing it the right way. That really helps. Like, you're not burdened by the choice paralysis. Oh, should I do this? Sure. Oh yeah, non-lethal takedowns? What non-lethal takedowns? Everybody has to be killed. I mean, they're gonna survive late tomorrow if you don't break the loop, so nothing is at loss. The fact that some of the when you fight people, sometimes they say, oh, see you tomorrow, as they die. As you kill them.
Are they aware of it?
Oh, they are aware that they are in the loop.
Oh, that's nice.
They are in the loop by consent. It's the fact that they do not remember the next day, the day before. So for them, the first day is always every day. But they are very well know that they are trapped in this loop by consent, and they'll just party hard. Because who cares? You're gonna live again tomorrow. So there are like stupid juice where like you see the gods, the enemies, they call it the Eternalists. They're just like hanging around. Oh, just jump down the cliff. Come on, you're gonna be back tomorrow.
Okay, that's cheeky. That is cheeky.
Something like that, like, oh. So they are well aware. So that's the mystery of it. Cold, Juliana, and maybe some other people are aware that they are trapped in the loop. And not only they are trapped in the loop, they retain their memories of being in a loop. So,
but after every loop, they don't remember, but they know they are in the loop, I assume.
Okay, everyone is like that. But there are special people that remember. Like Cole remembers. That's why it's okay to just play this one mission, do these things, and then you get the knowledge. They call it, you get knowledge, and then the knowledge is retained. So basically, if you like, oh, you found a code, the code is now hammered into one of the menus there, and if you find the right key code, the right keypad, the code will appear, and that will be retained every loop. I mean, it makes sense for code to remember, because you also remember. You can't erase your own memory, so yeah, it makes sense to have it like that. But yeah, there's also a lot of sense of mystery if you like digging around, like piecing together, okay, why are they in a loop? How they make it a loop? And why are these people specifically? There's a lot of like world building and lore building elements that if you look at the right direction, you'll figure something out. It doesn't spell out in full, to the point that if you finish the game, you got the ending, you'll be leaving with more questions than answers. Because they don't really answer anything. It's like, okay, that's it. Alright, cool. Okay. If you don't know anything, the end is kind of just like that. Okay, it's the end. Congratulations. That's all. Go play the game again. But if you like dig down at all the like the weird references or maybe things that you might feel familiar, then when you get into the rabbit hole, now you figure, alright, Arcane is cooking up something. Like I'm looking at the Deathloop Discord every day, just looking. Oh yeah, that thing, huh? Something is happening, right? Everybody's just Deathloop, huh?
Deathloop,
Where
That'll be the mantra.
where this game sets again? The 1960s, right? Okay, 1960s. All right. Where exactly? Is there a country name we mentioned? Okay, yeah, I'm gonna hit you there. Stop there. Oh, there's some weird stuff in Deathloop if you go through the fan theories. I mean, I'm not gonna say more, right? But here's the thing. Hold on, before I go to another complaint, I need to mention why Deathloop feels much more fun. Again, I've mentioned about the judgment-free stuff. Right? There's also this bit about the game feels like much more approachable. Like, okay, you don't have like straight out like linear missions like a Dishonored. It's more like an open-ended one like Prey, where you have like options to go this here or go here or go here, and how you approach it is up to you. But it all like converges into a linear path later on. It starts linear and then it branches out and then it's linear again. So by that way, you don't feel like burdened to like play this specific. No, you can basically go to one map, do the one thing you need to do to progress, and then go out again in under 5 minutes. It's totally okay. But if you feel like you want to kill everyone, mop the floor with all the enemies being dead, and then explore freely at your own pace for like 3 to 4 hours, you can do that too. No judgment at all. So that's why I think like a lot of the stuff like finally a lot of more mainstream players have like clicked with Deathloop. But here's the complaint part. If you go looking to the more the immersive sim enthusiasts, right? You go to the hardcore players, right? They'll come back and say to you, Deathloop is like kind of underwhelming, and it's not about all the the loop stuff and the loot stuff.
The loot.
But it's more like a lot of, you know how the ethos of immersive sims, I mentioned it before, right? It's about the about player emergent gameplay, a lot putting players' agency at the heart, which I described easily as if you ask the game, can you do that? The game will most likely say yes. A lot of that has been toned down in Deathloop. Like, the one thing that I know that you can interact, one physics object that you can interact is the portable turret. You can place turret kun everywhere, anywhere, and make traps about it, with it. But that's about it. Like stuff like or I don't know, like small stuff like, oh, you don't really have to open cabinets to find stuff. Like, I like open cabinets for 10 minutes and looking for rooms.
But it's opening cabinets level, right?
But I understand why they have to cut that out. And that's kind of, oh, come on. Like, the fact that not a lot of the things can be opened, it doesn't add anything, but it's those things like kind of like tradition for Immersive Sim 6. Okay, that's the small things. And then you go to the bigger things like a lot of the small objects that you pick up, you cannot like set it down and not cause it to like, you know how you pick up a bottle and then you can place it down in the sonnet. Deathloop, if you pick up a bottle, even you throw it down, even you place it down, it'll always break. As in, no, if you are playing PvP, you cannot stack a lot of bottles or a lot of boxes to just mess around with the other guy, which is a shame. I wanted to make weird boxes to make them feel on edge. Why are the boxes? I haven't seen boxes here. Someone is messing with me. I wanted to do that kind of messing about, but nah, you don't do that. That's a shame. But I guess it's the cause of like I think putting physics objects for a multiplayer setting is kind of like it's a bit tricky to say the least. You know how Hitman 2 specifically, they tried to do a multiplayer mode, but they did not go to the extent of like putting 2 Agent 47s in the same map. They have to like make it an instance, because all the things that are running, that's supposed to be running client side, is gonna be hard to like synchronize it with another player. Imagine the crowd AI having to have the same thing.
Oh, that's
Ooh, yeah.
that's too much.
That's why Hitman didn't go that route. They know. So even in Deathloop, they have like to pare down a lot of the physical interactivities. The fact that the Deltarune is still available, I'm so happy, because otherwise it's so lame that you just gonna play this game like a normal shooter. Because if you remove the powers, which also the powers, you know how in Dishonored and in Prey there's like too many powers and lots of upgrades, right?
Yeah.
Here you have only 5. Like I can count it, 5, just 5, and all of them have been nerfed to the hell. Like, you know how essential the teleport ability, the movement ability in Dishonored games, right? That even if you don't mess around with other powers, you always want to have a button that you can teleport and grab onto higher ledges. The equivalent of this is called Shift, and Shift sucks. Not only is it hard to get, it's like you'll get it later on. You'll find the mission where you can get it from, so it's a bit down the line. And also the way the I think it's not far enough. My complaint is like, you know, in Dishonored it's like, oh, you just hold out on top of a rooftop, on top of the 7th floor. Okay, cool. But this one is like, I think the range is slightly diminished, and it's hard to guarantee. I don't know if you can like get it so that you just teleport to the edge of something and then you climb it up on it. I find it harder to get, harder to pull off. So Shift is more like a get out of jail button, essentially, for me, the way I play it. Oh, and then the Nexus ability, which previously called Domino. You know how you can just basically you can tag multiple enemies, and then if you damage one person, you damage the rest. That thing now operates in to maintain the link. It costs you power, so it's not there indefinitely. So you have to really make your plan first before like putting the links down. And also putting the links down is also kind of tricky because it works in an AOE fashion rather than you just push the button, it goes to one person, and then it goes to everyone that is nearby, a limit to how many upgrades you have. So it works much more like, it's more of a support ability than an OP button that will always define the Dishonored games. No. Deathloop is like, it's less about that. If to the fact that I think you can do a no power run, no problem. That's how nerf it was. It is. And because of all those nerf weapons and the nerf interactivity, there's not a lot of like different systems that you can interact it. There's not much of emergent gameplay happening outside. Like for me, the one bit about Juliana tripping on a turret that I explicitly hacked, that's the highlight of player emergent gameplay I have. The rest is like, if you want player emergent gameplay, it's more like messing around with the loadouts, figuring out cool ways to get into a building, stuff like that. So it's very much pared down. And if you're a hardcore sim fans, you will feel like, oh god, they've mainstreamed it. You know how Metallica have, like, in the early 80s, they have like supremely good heavy metal songs, right?
Yep.
But they were nobody's back then. But And then the Black Album happened. Enter Sandman happened. I feel like a lot of Deathloop feels like the Enter Sandman moment for Arcane. Oh, this is the thing that got people mainstream. Got immersive sim mainstream. Oh, now everyone understands what ImSim is. But then you have like the fans that have been playing the Arcane games from the old days. Essentially the Metallica fans from the Master of Puppets days, right? And the Ride the Lightning days, and say, that's not real. That's not proper heavy metal. That's not proper immersive sims. I mean, if you look hard enough, you'll see those comments already.
Yeah, I mean the annoying purists supposedly.
Purists.
They can go fuck themselves.
Like, honestly, I want to be sided with them. But if they're acting like that, I do not want to be sided with them.
Yeah,
But,
I mean, gatekeeping is no fun. Anything.
But the fact is that imp sims are so brilliant, but they have been like in 20 years, nobody gets it. I think the gate has to be torn down a bit.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, anything that resembles immersive sim, just take it lah. Like, you don't have to be such a purist.
That's why I have mixed feelings with Deathloop, but overall, if you put the connotations of imp sims out, right, I think you'll enjoy it. That all the I haven't read the reviews, but I'm gonna assume that all the reviews that I give them high praise have no bad mention of what is an immersive sim. I think the only mainstream journalist that keeps on mentioning the word immersive sim is only Daniel Dwyer. And look at how many Arcane the commentaries he made. So you'll know he's that guy. He's that guy. I mean, I'm that guy.
The Arcane guy.
Arcane guy.
You are our Arcane guy.
But here's the problem. When now that the gates have been torn down, right? The gates have been opened, and anything can be an Arcane game. Even the 4-player multiplayer co-op open world game can be an Arcane game, and that's terrifying.
Which may not be a looter shooter, but
that's what terrifies me. You know, I look at the Discord, the Arcane Discord. They describe Redfall specifically as Arcane's upcoming open world co-op FPS. Okay, my worry part here is open world. I don't know about you guys, but I don't think Arcane can do open worlds. They've made huge hub levels.
Nope.
I do not like the idea of a studio like Arcane trying to tackle open world, and the worst case is that they end up removing all the fun bits of those intricate worlds that feels livable, that has a lot of cabinets to open. I like that. I like that the world is actually something like it is what they call immersive. I even remove the video game context of it. This place is actually real. That I can perceive to be someone who lives there, who works there, something. Arcane calls their level designers architects for that reason. Like, legitly. So yeah, that worries me. Arcane decks. And the way they like why they keep on using like hub levels like that sort of things, is because they have to use tricks to make you feel like all the world is connected. And if you piece them together, they don't really fit. You know, the whole the magic things that you try to do. We've put the places in Deathloop, right? If you look at the right place, you can see all the regions connected together at the what you call it, at the background around the skybox. So we say, oh yeah, that's the big thing from the complex. Oh yeah, that's the cliff town of Updam. But they're not really there. They are not connected there because you know. And then you found out why. Oh, they place it. They are meticulously placed, and open world does not work with that. Alright, fine. But yeah, that's my worry about the direction of Deathloop. Will this be the slippery slope that makes Arcane just another normal Xbox game studio that happened to release a game exclusive to the PS5 for console? I don't know. I don't know about that. But what I know is Deathloop is a pretty amazing experience. Go at least try it. If it's on Game Pass next year, get it on Game Pass.
Oh yeah, definitely, very. I don't have a PS5 to play this.
I mean, I even talked about the combat music. Like, the music is like, swinging 60s, right? But then you go into combat and like, oh man. It feels like running around and just like, even if you're panicking, not knowing how to fight your way out of the situation, it's still a fun jam to hear at the background. Keyboards, electric guitar riffings, or stuff like that. It's just amazing. Yeah, that's Deathloop. Again, good news is not everyone is an Arcane fanatic, so you probably gonna enjoy this game. But for those who do, put your expectations. It's not really Arcane tried to make Doom by way of Hitman. It doesn't like strike nearly like that. Again,
What game is that? Doom is a Hitman. Oh, okay.
I mean, they run a fork. The engine they're using is a fork of E-Tech. So I don't know. Maybe I'm just seeing this, but combat wise, when you're just running around and then you do the dodge bit, yeah, there's a dodge button where you just like swoop in a direction. It kind of feels like Doom for a bit. Oh yeah, Doom also have invasions. Doom Eternal. So, the Hitman bit is because you need to kill people. And there are multiple ways to do so, but there are not multiple ways to finish the game, which is a missed opportunity. Anyway, that's Deathloop.
Interesting.
Very interesting.
I don't know about if you guys want to get it before Game of the Year talks, but I want this game in top 10, but I'm not gonna put this at number 1 yet for personal reasons.
I iterate again, I don't have the very magical box that is the PlayStation of the 5. So,
I mean, do you think I have a PS5? Do I look like someone who has a PS5?
my PC is also what's it called? Not next gen ready.
Yeah, that's
Ghetto.
The ghetto.
A ghetto.
Oh yeah, on PC Deathloop's a bit hit or miss performance wise, so as usual.
Yeah, understandable.
It's like it's no use complaining right now. It's already in the DNA, you know. They make games that make you open cabinets, sneak around, and have performance issues on launch. But for real though, Deathloop's great. Better start another topic before we keep on going in this loop.
That's true.
I guess we can talk about this other game that recently released, but like their first game. I mean, not the first game, their first chapter. It released in surprise. It is Deltarune. It's chapter 2. It's chapter 2 for PC, PlayStation, and Switch recently. And ooh. So, you guys remember Undertale then? The game where they said, what if we don't do RPG the correct way and we do our way? Which is a good combo.
Unless you try to play in the middle.
Unless you try to play evilly, aka you kill everyone as usual.
Okay, evilly is one thing, but playing in the middle. Another game that has a very specific way to play. Hey, they say play your way. No,
Yeah, play
not
your way.
really. Not really.
Not really.
But still, I respect the Undertale and this Deltarune for other reasons.
Yeah. So I think I'll just give you like the brief summary of chapter 1. You are playing as this human character called Chris, and he and his schoolmate. I think is it a dinosaur ke? I don't think they reference dia punya race whatever. Tapi lah monster lah called Suzy. They entered this new realm where it's basically like a sequel to Undertale, but it isn't because it's doing its own thing, and it's I technically can I thinking out loud. It's actually quite hard to explain it without spoiling it. So macam mana? So Meck, what do you reckon? Should I just reveal the chapter 1 spoiler atau dua-dua chapter spoiler?
Okay, how about this? What's new in chapter 2?
Alright, okay, so I think we just go since this is not many knows about it. So chapter 2, what's new is that you now have a hub world where if let's say if you have saved, you've played the Pacific route and saved like people, they will now sit in this hub world where you can talk to them. Like then they will reminisce in your actions in chapter 1, like, haha, remember me trying to kill you? And then you were actually trying to save us? Oh, very cool. So that's nice. The other new thing is there is a new world. Because the first game, it was like a medieval type of world. This second world is basically more cyber. It's literally in the name, cyber world. So it's very like computer references, memes and all. Tapi not memes like current gen memes, like old memes, the
An example.
meet. Okay, so there's one example is that one of the bosses you meet is basically a walking 90s ads where before ad blocks happen, you have meets these hot singles in your area.
God.
And the best part, those things that he speaks of are basically an attack, which you have to evade.
Oh no. I need to evade the attack called meet hot single ladies in your area. Oh no.
But accept this ad, and then like literal text will go through you like bullet hells, which is amazing. And I think one of the best thing is that this is where, because the first chapter didn't introduce a proper genocide route, more like, oh no, you're kind of evil, but you're okay. The second chapter introduces the genocide route with by far one of the most impressive ways I've seen now in any RPG right now. Okay, so without going to spoilers yet. What game? I'm trying to think of a game that has this mechanic, tapi without spoiling the thing that it happens in Deltarune, because it is quite unique. It is one of the few games that does this. Like, okay, for reference, the original Undertale, the genocide rule is you killing everyone.
All right.
But in Deltarune's version of the genocide rule, is a bit different. You don't kill, technically, on a technical level, you didn't kill anyone, but you will influence someone else to kill them for you.
Oh no, why this is a Hitman reference?
No, this is not a Hitman reference. Because one of the party members that you'll get in this second chapter has a power. I'm being vague as hell right now. Has a power that literally is even worse than killing them off, basically.
A fate worse than death? Why is this? Is this on a reference?
Like, literally, they are, I think I can say this without spoiling it, they are literally frozen. kan kalau in Undertale, again another Undertale punya callback kan, they will dust off, right? But if they are frozen, technically they didn't dust off. They are basically stuck there. Like,
Oh yeah, like stuck in a time loop.
not really the time loop, like stuck.
But yeah,
Like-
stuck lah.
Stuck lah. Like
Petrified.
I guess, not petrified. Like literally, they are technically dead, but they are there. Their body is there, like it's staying there for the rest of your run. And I think like Toby Fox knows this thing is taking a bit too far, even for a game like Deltarune, that he gives you like kalau genocide look at, there's only like two times he would warn you like, are you sure you want to go kill everyone? This is actually a bad idea. But for Deltarune, he gave you like halfway through the game. In the middle, there will be this one puzzle that you will have to do. That it will again remind you, are you sure you want to do this route again? And then like the final time before the final boss, and then we have the very interesting way of their version of the genocide route. I think it's called, kalau I think it's snow or something. Tapi murders aside kan, it's still a very good game. It's still a very fun game. I mean, because like macam they flesh out more the characters, and the game kan is also like improves on like some of the things that you've seen in the first chapter and all. And there's one part that Toby Fox literally runs you over with his car. Tapi itulah. And I can't believe it's still free. That is interesting, because I know he said on a tweet that the year has been rough, so he released it for free. But yeah, I can't believe for this amount of content it is free.
Like chapter 1 and 2 added together, how many hours of content is it already?
4 hours? I had like 200 minutes, I think. So like 4 hours.
That's a 4-hour demo.
That's a 4 hour
Amazing.
demo.
That's like a length of full game in the
Yeah,
game.
that's like that is the length of that one's Sony game, 8086.
Or the 1886.
Oh god, why do you bring that up from
hours?
4 hours. You can finish the game 4 hours. While some dog and his team just made a free game with 2 chapters that can be finished in 4 hours.
Quite generous.
Quite generous.
I mean, generous is an understatement.
Okay, so yes, okay, the route, kalau if anyone has played this and listening to this podcast, the route is called Snowgrave, which is already foreboding.
Okay.
And the boss fight, like we will have to fight this boss, because basically you are bringing someone by the string. You're basically forcing someone to kill, the creatures into the world and all.
Mm-hmm.
And one more thing, kind of the character, our protagonist, like Freeze and Chris, kind of like just silent protagonists, and we just select their dialogue. And this one, Chris ni, for this chapter, is the most expressive silent protagonist I've ever encountered.
Oh, beating Gordon Freeman?
Yeah, he's beating Gordon Freeman. Like, okay, so I'll give you an example. There was, after this one boss fight, okay, I'm going to be also vague. After this one boss fight, your party members ask you, are you okay? The choices are between yes and no. So if you choose yes, they will immediately call you out, like, are you sure? You just said yes in the most like painful expression. Are you okay? And then like but if you say no,
Yeah.
they would freak out because they said, "Why are you saying no so many times?" Like we don't see this. Technically, we don't see this. It's basically 2D and tapi like the writing is so good. Like, why are you saying no all this time? Chris, are you okay? Like, oof.
That's a good way to do writing. Yeah. Implying more than it should.
Mm.
Yeah, I love that.
And I think another example is like this episode as a carnival. So this carnival, you can but you will hang out with one of your party members and then like they reminisce because technically your party member and you are like childhood friends. So biasalah the anime trope kan, or we used to be best buddies and then we drifted away. And then like the party member also just cakap pasal the backstory. You used to be quite quiet, but now I think you're more expressive than before.
Look at you. Look at you, Sasuke.
Look at you, Sasuke. Having emotions now.
What happened after the time skip, Sasuke?
Tapi I think like Deltarune Chapter 2 has the most solid writing in all of, I think, RPG. Most of the RPGs that I've played this year. Like I've played Omori. There was this other game that came out this year. It was Omori. Basically, the game. Well, in a sense, this game is about forgiving yourself, lah. Basically, without spoiling anything. And the writing is macam iffy at best sometimes.
Yeah, I thought due to the way the fandom around this sort of games, right? I thought Omori would be, oh yeah, this is the what the Undertale guys would jam to, and then it came out and just like, okay.
Yeah, it doesn't feel
like, look, I don't see Omori memes. I'm a normie who doesn't even want to play these sort of games because it's not because the game's bad, but the way, like, even let's say I take Undertale, right? Undertale can swing like from so sweet, oh cute, and then mortifyingly horror. And that's two swings that I cannot stand. There's two extremes that are too much for me. So I rather like put it in the background. I see other people playing. That's a perfect game. I am happy to just watch people stream it. Like Deltarune Chapter 2 came out, right? Mm-hmm. I kinda heard about it a bit, and then I didn't see you that you keep already retweeting stuff, right? About Deltarune, right? But before that, my YouTube recommendation is already going crazy with, this moment about Deltarune. Chapter 2, huh? Why YouTube? Why are you recommending me this? I just like watch the small snippets lah. And the fact that it even bleeds out into other fandoms already. Who the heck is a Spamton? Or is it Spamton?
Yeah, that's the guy. That is the ad guy that I was talking about.
Oh, so he's the big shots is sus guy.
Yeah.
Look, even I got the meme. Okay, it has seeped through. I see. No, to be fair, I think Toby Fox is also a German fan, apparently. He mentioned it one time on stream, and German knows, and he's like,
the best part kan. Yeah, the best part kan. This character, Spamton. You meet him literally in a garbage out as you were walking to it's transition to the next level. So I reckon the Spamton is the last minute edition.
I think Toby has he watched too much of that Doll's House stream and just like put it in.
Cepat lagi. Our release date is September. We can put in one more. Like it basically a transition into the next level. Like suddenly you are split into this alley, this garbage alley, and then suddenly Spamton datang.
Oh man. Jerma's gonna play Deltarune this weekend, so I'm bet he has a lot of the weird impressions. Like I haven't retweeted it, but there's one clip of him like doing the perfectly. Like okay, cool. He that yeah, Deltarune is the sort of game that okay. I do not enjoy it by myself, but somehow it gets to me. Somehow I will know about the game.
It has that hook on upper society already.
And still not completed. Oh god.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there is 7. There's another 5 more chapters. I think like starting episode 3, you have to pay for it, which I would gladly do.
Dude, they've done good enough of a goodwill to afford asking people to pay. Even 5, but they would have paid 20 or
Yeah,
30 even.
$10 for like 40 ringgit. Yeah, 40 ringgit, no problem.
The amount of goodwill from these 2 chapters alone makes it much more convincing sell than pre-order now $60 USD. Oh, if you want the special edition, hey, that's $80. We added in some new DLCs.
Which game is that? Is it Far Cry? Saints Row?
And that's every
I've
modern
lost-
AAA game.
That's why I've lost count already.
It's
What game
every
does that?
look, almost every game wants us to try and write a pre-order bonus guide, because apparently also people want to know what the pre-order bonus guide are, so we have to.
They can't. They are not bothered to read the strategy guide on the Wikipedia where which game has which version.
No joke though, those Wikipedias with pre-order guides, they do good hits, man. They do good hits. They do good numbers.
I wonder why people are reading those.
We've trapped. We've screwed.
So technically, in a way, Ubisoft back in in the last gen with Watchdog, they were a pioneer then. They that set put it like that. Oh, we need to be a convoluted pre-order punya bonus stuff.
You know, it's the same thing. The worry about when the gates have been opened, the floodgates have been opened. This is the sort of slippery slope that we worry about. Not necessarily all those kinds of breaking down the gate is bad, but this specific example, this is worrying. But that's the reality, my man. Every game needs to have a pre-order bonus. But if somehow Deltarune Chapter 3, 4, 5 wants to do a pre-order bonus, I think nobody's gonna bat an eye. They've done more than enough to deserve the goodwill.
Yep.
And then you compare some other big companies, there's some other small indie companies that turn big, that cash in their goodwill. I wonder what they're doing with the updates.
Which one? The Vroom one ke atau the shooty one?
No, I'm talking about the one we've mentioned before in length recently. That released a big patch that's nothing of consequences at the moment. And make a whole stream about it. You know that one.
Yes.
Enough specificity to
Specific.
people already put together the puzzle. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, that guys. I hope they're doing okay. As much as I like to complain about them. Yeah, Deltarune.
Deltarune. I cannot review it because it's not complete yet, but I'm about to download it for the PS4 once again. And whenever my new console arrives later, also download it.
Oh, it hasn't arrived yet.
Has arrived yet.
I see.
Okay,
people already can put together the puzzle. The clues were not have a PS5. Okay.
Now I have a PS5.
I don't think that's the answer. There's a plot twist. You know, you lead the people thinking of something, and then you pull the plot twist under their rug. You're saying, haha, it's always there over time, but we lead you thinking about it as being nothing of importance. Haha. I may or may not be referencing Deathloop here, but so Anan?
Yeah.
What you've been up to?
I've been, for the past 2 weeks, I've been playing this game called Yes Woman's Land. If you ever heard of it. Yes Woman's Land. Oh my god, it's such a bad joke.
It has been turned around so much. I think this is already the canon name.
Yeah. Thanks to the internet historian, yeah. So it's an inside joke basically. So
Yep.
it's just read it the opposite, No Man's Sky. I've been playing No Man's Sky for the past 2 weeks. And yeah, I think we can go from the beginning of this game. Because it's been hyped for I think it's one of the launch titles, is it, for the PS4? Not launch title, like one of the early games.
Oh,
PS4, is it?
imagine No Man's Sky as the PS4 equivalent of Kena Bridge of Spirits. Like Kena is like this new hot indie game that Sony PlayStation has been really hyping about, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It turned out good. Okay, cool.
Yay.
That
No
was
disaster.
that was not what happened with No Man's Sky. They've
No,
like
that's not. I mean, I won't say the game is bad at launch. It's just overhyped.
it's
Yeah.
it's totally overhyped, overrated, overmarketed, and people
Overmarketed.
expected too much for what is essentially should be an early access title.
Mm-hmm. I think people sort of expect Star Citizen, Elite Dangerous kind of depth, while especially with added with the random planets, how to say, random biomes and stuff. So people expect something super deep for exploration and stuff, but it falls flat when it launches. Yeah, so that's kind of a controversy during its launch. But then, sort of, I would say Hello Games, they kept their head down. Then they developed the game. Even until now, they release an update, Frontiers, for free. They never charge anything except for the game price, and they've
Yeah.
updated all these years. I'm like, holy shit, what the hell? I can't imagine EA doing that.
Okay, this is another game with a strong goodwill now because
Very strong goodwill. They've built a very strong goodwill.
a lot of those content updates could easily be enough to justify an expansion. They could
like
monetize
$20.
it. I would have been betting any eye. I wouldn't have bet an eye. If they thought of charging. We're gonna add. What did they add? What, third person mode, or there's a new feature for the expansion only? I wouldn't have bet an eye, but here we are. Everything's free.
Yeah, everything's free. Everything's obtainable in game. Of course, there's some limited time items, but I think that's it. Just limited time. It's not something you have to shell out cash for. It just wants your time. That's it. It's not trading for your cash.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, No Man's Sky. The core gameplay is basically you as a spaceman, a traveler, exploring the space, exploring the void of space, finding your own place in the deep space. I think I said space so many times, but yeah.
So many
The-
space in a short space of time.
Yeah, I think so. Okay, yeah, but it's not something you just got thrown. There is a how do I say this? An overarching storyline in essence, but you can just go off the path at least for a while. Just you can, let's say, okay, do this, but it doesn't have to just go do this. You can just do everything else at the side. Let's say collect some money, go mining something, make your base or something, and then you know what? I'm gonna focus on the main story now. It's very free. Like it doesn't force you to just follow the storyline. What is that? I'm not sure if I could spoil this, but yeah. Okay. The how do I say this? The end game, as Hello Game Sean Murray said it, you need to find go to the center of the galaxy. That's sort of the start of the end game. I think I could spoil this, I guess. So what is the center of the galaxy? What does it mean?
Is that the spoiler?
Yeah.
Mhm.
but it's not a story spoiler per se. But I think
okay,
gotta
does
put
it-
a surprise there.
Does it open an ending game after that?
Okay, it opens
Is
a
it-
new game.
Alright,
Which
okay, then we
is-
can talk. Alright.
Yeah, I can talk it. Okay,
Mm.
which is more galaxy.
more than 1.3 quintillion galaxies. My goodness.
I mean, okay, one galaxy already have like billions of stars. Okay, imagine
Yeah.
dozens. You can go to different galaxy. I'm like, what the? Okay, the
You know
amount
what?
of-
Makes sense though. So all of the thing that you see is just one galaxy.
Yes, the moment you start,
Right. The
okay.
start, yeah, and then you can see like all those tiny stars around.
Yeah.
And
It's
all
all
those is
just
just
one.
one galaxy.
One galaxy.
I see
One
how
galaxy.
I see how they can manage to not make the world overpopulated.
No, I mean, for let's say every player, I can say with confidence, assuming everyone on Earth have a No Man's Sky, they play No Man's Sky, everyone will have their own planets, their own stars, discovery many times over, pretty much unlimited. Everyone can have.
I never thought that I haven't put the two and two together because I know that the space is very big, but how is it I think they've mentioned before that you will just never encounter a random person randomly, right?
Yeah, I mean, the chances are very low.
But I never put together the scale of it. Really, okay.
Okay, wait. I think I'll check the wiki. How many galaxies have been discovered?
Right.
Because when I started playing, I saw the, let's say, the locator of the, let's say, my location, Euclid Galaxy something planet, and I was like, okay, what does it name the galaxy? I need to know this. And then it turns out, okay, there's multiple galaxies. And holy shit, this is. Oh, there's too. Okay, let me see.
You know,
Okay,
this is
it's a nice binary number.
oh
255 galaxies.
oh
Almost 256. Can you imagine? It's like, I don't know, trillions, quintillions. That's enough for everyone. So you don't have to worry.
Quintillion, wow.
Quintillion.
Quintillion.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
And-
think this is what sold people on the appeal of like how massive the world is.
Yeah, it's very massive. And then the planet and the biomes generation engines really good. I mean, you can just go to different planet, different moons, in fact, and get completely different biome. Of course, there's some repeating factors, especially when it comes to the life forms. They have specific wings or beaks and mouth and then heads, but you will find super exotic stuff. I found this one planet. How do I say this? Imagine Yoko Taro's helmet, his helmet as a planet.
Nice.
And then how does not just his Yoko Taro's helmet, the near automata kind of world. How do I say the elements, the artistic element, the piping, and then the soil, and then all on that planet, all of the life forms, they are balls, rolling balls, rolling balls.
Okay. Did you manage to claim the planet and call it Nia Tomato or something?
I think I call the planet or the moon, I call it Yokotaro, and then I make a base called near Ichi.
Close enough. Very
Yeah.
near, in fact.
Yeah, very near. I mean, the moment I land it, I feel like, oh shit, this is like Yokotaro and near.
Is it any way to look up all the player created, player founded planets online?
I don't think so. I'm not sure.
That would be.
It's way too many. Even I sort of wonder, how do they keep track of all these names? What kind of file structure do they use to keep track of all of this?
Like, Can is it like server based or is it like saved locally in some way?
I mean, it's server based, but whether they keep everything in their server or is it like ad hoc generation based on discovery?
Uh-huh.
That's what I wonder. I think that the cheaper one is just on ad hoc generation, then just upload to server and then verify whether this name exists or not. But just the scale of it just mind boggling. Holy shit! Like, you have to play it. I implore you both to play it. It's really good.
I think I've tried before. Daniel, have you tried it before?
I think I
Okay, then
played
I assume you've played Valheim based on your account. I'm not sure how.
yeah, like 30 minutes.
At least I played Valheim and I enjoyed very much. This is better than Valheim, in my opinion. It's just next level. I mean, I have my own preference, but if you like Valheim, you're gonna like this. Trust me. So yeah, the main gameplay loop, basically you, as with any other space game, you get resources, mine for resources, get your cash. There's 3 different currencies in game. You have the units, which is basically your cash. Then you have nanites, which is sort of a more precious currency that you can exchange for upgrades. Let's say you want to buy upgrades, you usually use nanites. And nanites you not just get as like a trading or something. You can sort of there are certain resources that you found. Let's say it's called slimes. You get slimes, you refine, then you get a product, and then you refine again. I think it took like 4 refine to get that nanites. So you can obtain in world.
Mm-hmm.
That's one currency. And another one is the Quicksilver. Quicksilver. That one you obtain by completing the community challenges. So they have, I'm not sure what's the rotation. I think weekly. But they have these community challenges that you can contribute.
I see.
So once completed, you can claim the Quicksilver, and then you can redeem it usually for decorative stuff. Yeah, cosmetics basically. So imagine cosmetics you earn in game, no cash.
Not even a battle pass?
No, no, just your time. That's it. That's all they want.
Yeah, they have a bunch load of stuff from the last time I booted up No Man's Sky. It was through Game Pass, so I have no access to it for now.
So yeah, you mine for resources, and then from the resources you can craft items. Some items it has like multiple layers of crafting. So as the crafting level goes up, the value also goes up. So let's say this specific high technology item requires like 4 or 5 different refined items that also need to be crafted and then or refined 2 or 3 more times. So the value gets higher at the higher crafting chain you go. So that's one of the way you earn cash. You earn units in this game. So you can either go treasure hunting, salvage hunting. You can do farming. So farming or what's it, agricultural. So you these exotic plants, or you be a farmer, then you harvest that. All those products can be used to craft all these advanced technology item. So it's sort of stacking too, in a sense.
Yeah, it keeps on crafting, and then you tech up.
Crafting, crafting, and then you get more units. Mm-hmm.
Is it No Man's Sky that goes like units receives or something like that?
What is it?
It goes something. There's a sound effect like units receive or something. I have that sound beat. I don't know. Sure. It reminds me of No Man's Sky for. I don't know. I don't know if it's No Man's Sky, but there's that one sound beat that keeps on popping around and just like an earworm to me.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
There will usually be like pop-ups, recharge, something. Yeah, but that's it.
Or is
And
it some
then
other game? I don't know.
some other games. Oh yeah, so different gameplay loops for you to earn cash, earn units, and then knights. Then you can use the cash, use the money you get, all the currencies you get. You can buy upgrades for your multi-tool. You can buy different multi-tools. Let's say you have a C-class pistol. Okay, I'm like, okay, not a lot of upgrade slot here. So you buy different multi-tool. So or upgrade, trade up your multi-tools. Get more slots. Upgrade the classes to get different bonuses. Let's say you get extra mining bonuses. Make it faster. Make it less heat. Make it require less charging resources. It just stacks. Okay, just you get something to get something. Basically, Warframe, but mining.
Yeah, with less combat.
Yeah, less combat. There are some combats. Some enemies, let's say sentinels, that you can find these enemies called sentinels. They will attack you if you attack them, or you harvest resources, or you harvesting animals. So if you just stand there, they won't attack you. Maybe except for certain planets where they have aggressive sentinels. But usually they won't attack you unless you do these actions. You're harvesting or you're mining.
Yeah, the environment police.
Yeah, the environment police, basically.
I think can we get Sentinels back on Earth? that would be something.
That would be something, yeah.
Oh boy, how many company gonna lobby against it? All.
All of them will. Yeah. You get multi-tools, you get upgrades for your multi-tools, also for your exosuit. So you start with limited slots and slot for technology, slot for cargo. So as you get more nanites, you get more units, your currencies, you can use to upgrade yourself. So get more slots, get more cargo, get more slots to put your upgrades. So you can have special slot for upgrades that doesn't take up your inventory slot. But yeah, it's gonna take some cash and everything. This kind of balance. There's also freighters. So big ships, capital ships. So it's not just your spaceship. You can also get these capital ships that you can use as mobile base. And then as you get your capital ship, you can also get frigates. So basically your side ships. You have your own Kantai collection. That is
cool.
ship collection. You have your own fleet that you can send on expeditions to get rare resources, get some more units and stuff. Yeah, I mean, it's not that complex. Just another way, just a gameplay loop to earn money. But for me personally, yeah, it's just a way to make money. Okay, all of this, let's get to the meat and potatoes of the end game. So what do people do once they have their own gameplay loop? I think they have two ends, I guess. Base building and exploration. So I think the base building is quite like the most popular, I guess, because once you have everything, what do you want to do? Just base build. You can go to the subreddit for No Man's Sky and see a lot of awesome base building, just like Minecraft. I think just all these awesome bases. Yeah. And yeah, for the bases, all the components, they say all the prefabs, stairs and stuff, you have to unlock. So you need to do exploration to get this resource called salvage data that you can redeem to get the base components. So it's not just you get everything. You still need to do exploration. So exploration is key in No Man's Sky for you to progress yourself, basically. But for me, I'm not into base building yet. I'm really into exploration right now, so I aim to finish the main storyline, get to the center of the universe, so that I can get to a different galaxy now. I just want to explore. Just if the exotic planet is just next level, man. Just awesome. it really woke up the explorer mind in me. Because beforehand, I played Elite Dangerous, right?
Uh-huh.
So I tried to do exploration there, but it doesn't feel as fulfilling because it just what do I say? It's not teleport. You just walk to this system, do scanning.
I
then
mean,
maybe
looks cool,
land.
but yeah, you
Yeah, it
don't
looks
get
cool.
that sense of you're going through somewhere that's
Yeah,
vast, right?
boots on the ground, running around, mining, see life forms instead of just barren, lifeless rock or maybe alien stuff. No. Just this one, just real deal. Okay, you get to an exotic planet and then radiation, atmosphere, you get pummeled, extreme heat, extreme cold. Just some of the planets are just water, just pure sea. Okay, just very small land, just land, and just you have to build your base underwater if you need to. Just a lot of potential here. Really good, and it's all for one price. Just buy it once and that's it. It's probably one of the best value in a game I've ever had. Everyone should get No Man's Sky. They redeem themselves. Sean Murray, you redeem yourself.
I like
Yeah.
I like how we have two different preferences for exploration. You like the vast world, while I like to open cabinets in my small home.
I mean, to each their own, but yeah, which one do each of us value?
Yeah,
It's still a good
it
game,
takes
man.
different bosses, man.
It takes different boxes.
Like I'm right now in I'm not looking forward to open worlds as much as now that I feel like I want to play in more intimate, smaller worlds. Essentially, hub-based games, hub worlds. So probably I'll look for some other linear games for the moment. I think I've got the brunt of it. I think last year I've been binging through like different open world games, and I think I've made that thesis statement, right? Where open worlds should be it shouldn't be empty, and if it's empty, make sure you have fun traveling through it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that principle still holds on to me.
I think No Man's Sky fits your thesis statement there. Even if it's empty, it's interesting enough for you to just traverse through. Just everything is unique, each and every point.
The open world thesis statement.
Yeah.
The opening line.
Now, a good open world thesis statement. Because you can make open worlds that just do nothing.
I mean, you can either do it, how do I say this? Yakuza style. You can do it No Man's Sky style. It's a good spectrum of both. I'd say a small open world packed full of things, or a wide open, not a lot of things to do except for like player derived activity, role play, or base building something, but it just adds the element of surprise for every exploration step you get. Just both, yeah. Don't be like Just Cause, please. Don't be like Just Cause.
Just Cause.
That's a bad
it's unfortunate because Just Cause should be fun, but it got bloated too much.
Yeah, the world is too big. The world is too big.
And there's not much interesting stuff to do. You know what Just Cause could have done better with? If they put in emergent gameplay. They could have done better if they put in immersive sim elements. Just saying. Like, okay, you can blow up buildings, right? What if I make my own Katamari ball that I can roll over the town over and over and cause bigger destruction after blowing up the power plant? Would have that been fun? But that's another thing for another time. I'm saying my not disdain. I'm avoiding open worlds now because apparently Sable has came out. Sable, that one indie game that we've mentioned before, that is about that has the look of a Google SketchUp. Yeah, that
Oh yeah. And I remember.
that game, right? That looks cool. I look at there was a demo in the past Steam Next Fest, and then I realized, oh, the game is about exploring an open world that is purposely empty. I mean, I get it. I understand why they're going for it. I understand it for the story reason. It's a coming of age story. It's about taking a pilgrimage and finding introspection, I guess. But that's not the experience I want right now. So I have to say no for now. That it kind of bumps me out because I was looking forward so much. It was Sable back in like 2019 or something when it was announced. And then it's this kind of game that at this moment of time I'm not interested in. God damn it. It's okay lah, I'll get it on sale or something. But yeah, go check out Sable, I guess. Another open world game.
Wait. 45, I believe. Oh wait, it's not 255, 257 galaxies. Holy shit.
157 galaxies, which equals to how many quintillions?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's just adding 2, right? But no. It's
No.
exponential. It's an exponential number. Anyway, is it time for the news?
Yeah.
For the news.
Ooh.
Yes.
In one of our longest podcasts ever, we have the news.
Wow. In a week where everybody has their game to talk about. Ooh.
Imagine. And this is a 3-man show. Imagine it was 4.
And it's a game that all three of us, how do I say this? Very excited for it. Instead
Yeah,
of
that's right.
something bogging them down, something.
Yeah, how about all positive vibes on this breakfast table?
The breakfast table. Oh yeah, it's 12 a.m. Breakfast.
Gonna break the fast. Gonna break the loop. Anyways, the news.
Alright, the news. Recently, before the recording of this podcast, there was a very interesting thing happening for Nintendo. I don't know apa nama benda ni. I forgot. It's been a while since they did this.
Oh god damn it.
Direct.
Just be direct about it.
Be direct. Okay. Yeah, it's the Nintendo Direct.
We've already spent so much time already.
Okay, no, before we go into the Direct, can we have a tangent that why is the recent Directs and the state of plays are in unholy hours for the Asia Pacific region? Like the PlayStation one was 4 a.m. man.
Uh-uh.
And this Nintendo one is literally subuh at 6 a.m.
I mean, it's that time where they are in the evening, right? Eastern time.
So for the PlayStation one, that's 4 p.m., which is I guess before quitting time, and then for Nintendo that's 6 p.m. basically dinner or whatever.
I mean, can't take a whole weekend off just to get people hype up for new on game news when they can go off play video games. So, but yeah, still the sentiment of the timing is generally bad for us is still true. It is pain.
I just want to sleep.
I woke up accidentally early to catch up the direct. I didn't want to watch the direct, but everybody is like co-streaming the direct. So that happened.
Okay, so the main topics for the Nintendo Direct: Bayonetta 3. Very interesting. Twin Tails Bayo. Ooh.
Oh yeah, first gameplay since years.
Oh yeah, first gameplay.
That's why people are crazy about it. This is technically the first bit of gameplay. We see HUD, we see 60 FPS. No, we see a cutscene at 30 FPS transitioning into gameplay that jumps to 60 FPS. I love it. Why people likes to keep cutscenes at 30 FPS? Cinematic whatever show.
Cinematic, yes. Cinematic, etc. Oh, tapi that means I guess Platinum has mastered the Nintendo Switch if they can do games at 60 dah.
Yeah, Astral Chain wasn't at 60, right?
No, it's 30. I think it's like 30.
And I think Bayonetta 3 has brought a trick from Estelle Chain. And I do not mean the puppy, the mascot thing. But that's a good bait and switch still. I mean, up at that point, you could have told that that's Estelle Chain too. Nah. Oh, they brought in kaijus. Summonable kaijus. So, interesting. Bayo can control that. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, not bad. And it's coming out next year, so very spicy. Then we have what's this game? It's about Splat and Team.
Oh, is it the Squid Game people talking about right now?
That's a different Squid Game.
Is this Squid Game that people talking right now?
The Korean Squid Game.
Oh, that's Korea. Oh, this is the Japanese Squid Game.
This is the Japanese Squid Game.
I see. I need to make a distinction of that. I see. Why is the mammalians returning in Splatoon 3? Is it a return to Monkey?
Ooh.
Is it a return to Monkey Tease? No, but for real, I have no idea what's going on with Splatoon story. What the hell? I didn't expect this law.
There's law? There's law in Splatoon?
Yeah, I didn't expect law in Splatoon. What the hell? I thought it's just kids that are squids that are just splatting about and wearing the hottest drips, and that's it. But
I mean, when
not.
you see an upside down Eiffel Tower, you know something's wrong.
Wait, there's an upside down Eiffel Tower? What?
Yeah, it's one of the new maps for Splatoon 3. That's interesting.
Yeah, I'm gonna bet like Splatoon 4 or 5 we're gonna go into cosmic horror, I guess.
Yeah.
Speaking of cosmic horror, what's on the next game?
Yes. I'm sad to say that Kirby will outlive us all. So he will have to see every atrocities that we have done in the near future.
Such as dead malls. Specifically dead malls.
Kirby.
What is it called again? Kirby and the Land of... No, I've already forgot.
I don't know, I've just called it in the Kirby Automata.
Kirby Automata. Let me check. Kirby and... Oh, it's lyric of Kirby at the Forgotten Land. No wonder.
The Forgotten Land. See, even we forgot the name.
Forgot. No, the only thing that took me interested is because it's 3D platformer. It's a 3D platformer this time.
This is the first one.
I don't know if it's the first, but it's been a long while. I always assume Kirby games are 2D stuff.
I think Sakurai like, okay, I can finally relax now and do a 3D platformer. But yeah, it looks nice.
I mean, still...
Besides the very big monkey that we had to fight, but it's very nice.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying Kirby is technically a cosmic horror game if you look hard enough in the lore. It's not just bubbly cartoons doing bubbly stuff and sucking stuff. No. Kirby is a cosmic being.
I can ageless cosmic being that will survive through the ages.
He just happens to be cute and purple and pink. He just happens to be pink and cute.
Okay. So next up. Okay, so this is what I think like what's it called? A request from our friends from the Ether. Mainly Irham, our long-time night janitor of this of this podcast. So he asked us to talk about the new Mario movie that's coming up.
There's a Mario movie?
Yes, there's a
Mario.
Okay, can you make the accent more Americanized?
No. Remember that scene dalam Guardians of the Galaxy, the first one, right?
Which one?
The very start kan, what the Star-Lord, he said like, you don't know me, I'm Star-Lord, and one of the villains just literally just said who. Oh my
It's
god!
me, Mario. Who?
And then everybody said who? And never say who. Alah, like I don't know. This is the weirdest cast
Yeah,
I've
the
seen now.
casting, yeah.
You know Hollywood
Especially
being
Seth
Hollywood.
Rogen.
But then Hollywood, not only... Okay, at first I cannot dismiss it as Hollywood being Hollywood. And then I stepped back a bit and now I feel like this is Hollywood being Hollywood and looking at fan casts. And then try to do their own. Because holy hell, what are the weird names they've gotten? In expense of Charles Martinet, the OG Mario, Luigi and various other characters, voice actor, being in the special cameo part. Oh god. At least he brought the guys brought him still in the project, but man, to make room for all these Hollywood names, weirdly chosen Hollywood names.
Yeah. Alright, so Mario is played by Chris Pratt, of Guardians of the Galaxy fame.
Okay. Look at the Mario's plus Rabbids latest games key artwork, and please say
It's
that's
a
just
gun.
Chris Pratt. Two guns,
Two guns.
like Star-Lord.
So Miyamoto has been planning this for how long?
What
That
the
means
hell?
For 3 years. The first game came out in 2017, so he's been planning this for 3 years.
The new Mario and Rabbids was always teasing about Guardians of the Chris Pratt's role. I mean, Mario goes to
villain
the
for-
galaxy.
Yeah, and he's when he holds a gun.
Two guns specifically looks like the ones from Star-Lord's arsenal. What the hell? That's too specific to be convenient coincidence. What the hell?
Okay.
I think Ubisoft got the note. Please look at Guardians of the Galaxy. Thank you. Ubisoft got the note.
Maybe he just went to Ubisoft and like, oh yeah, we want to make a Mario. Oh yeah, we will delighted to make a Mario game. What do you want? And then he just champak us a DVD copy of Guardians of the Galaxy.
Nudge,
and
nudge,
left.
wink, wink. Not
and
explain.
No explanation. Left.
Alright. So who else on the cast?
Okay. Peach is interesting. Peach is played by how do you pronounce this name? Anya
Taylor-Joy.
Yeah, Anya Taylor-Joy.
And
She
like,
was
I don't know
From
who
Queen's
she
Gambit.
is.
Queen's Gambit.
Queen's Gambit.
Oh, the chess
Queen's
girl.
Gambit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Queen's Gambit. I remember her better in Split. She was, I think, like the last girl yang tak kena bunuh. that weird James McCaffrey game where he was like 28 different people.
Alright.
Boleh lah. Bowser? Bowser. Okay, who is Jack Black's agent? Why are you putting him in 2 game roles? 2 video game roles?
And-
in
and
the span of 2 years?
And both of them can have read the same line. Hey minion. Hey minion. One in a teammate trying to push up themselves up way, and one is Bowser.
One is Bowser.
Fine, I guess. Jack Black can do anything. I don't mind him. I don't mind him anymore. Put him anywhere. Fine.
Lila. I guess Charlie Day is Luigi. Charlie Day from he's always sunny in Philadelphia. The concert of milk steak.
Oh no. Is the gang gonna sell goose? Gonna catch a goose and monetize them? Oh no. The first thing I saw is that conspiracy theory.
Yeah, and that's
With the
already
Luigi head. Alright, let's go, man. Let's go. Maybe the next Mario film with Wario and Waluigi. Wario can have Danny DeVito back joining, get the gang together, I guess.
Like Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong. That's amazing. Out of nowhere, actual monkey. The worst part is Donkey Kong doesn't have spoken one bit of dialogue since his first game back in 1986.
Excuse me, are you foregoing the Donkey Kong animated
No,
series?
okay. Oh yes.
That's another thing. Oh,
I'm not that that type of zoomer yet.
I just love that everything. If you Google YouTube, Google YouTube. If you look at YouTube's recommendations of Donkey Kong, Seth Rogen, everything is just do the same beat. Oh god. Honestly, I don't know Seth Rogen that much, but apparently that's his thing.
I think so.
He laughs and he's a stoner. I think that's his typecast. From what I've gathered, whatever lah.
And I think that's the best. I think that's the cast. Like Toad is played by Keegan Mike. How do you pronounce his name? Keegan Michael Key.
Okay, that's the best. That's the best. Out of
That's the only good.
that's the only one. Like, okay, if you're gonna put a comedian for Toad, okay, that guy, alright. I mean, if he doesn't do the Toad voice, I don't mind either. Speaking of, the only one thing that I wanted from this hell of a casting list, right? I want the meme of the Aaron sketch, but it's just Toad screaming, and I got that in 3 hours time. Well,
Someone made it, yeah. Aaron.
Exactly what I wanted, and that's it. I don't need the Mario movie anymore. I just need to see that and that together. That's it. Specifically, the Mario movie is gonna be right?
It's been by the guys who directed Medians, so it's a cash. It's already it's a cash grab.
I mean, what else is to be tell? What can you tell a Mario story in a movie? You barely can tell a Mario story in a game. Whatever lah.
Oh my god, Mario.
At least it's fun if you have kids around. That's the only thing. But we don't.
It's a good thing, like we don't have to review this movie because I think I will not stand sitting with kids. Like, oh, mommy, it's Mario.
The dreaded cinema experience. How I not missed that?
Yeah, by this time next year, this movie's coming out this time next year on September 2022. So by that time, everybody's fully vaccinated. Ooh, boy. Oof. It's.
Speaking of oof, there's another oof there in the docket.
Ooh. Oh, yeah. Meck, do you remember the Nintendo 64 controller?
Oh, hell yeah, I do. I always wanted one. My like for real though, I always wanted one, but I never became the Nintendo guy. I have a PlayStation with perfectly 2 analog sticks, and then I go to a neighbor's house and saw, what the hell are you playing with 3 prongs on the controller? I want one. To this day, god damn it.
Yeah.
I'm the weird one here.
The wish is about to come true as Nintendo has announced that they're finally doing Nintendo 64 games onto the Switch system.
But at what price?
At the extended price of $14.99.
God damn it!
On top of your existing online subscription.
The other way to explain this is that this is the PlayStation Plus. Pay more on top of this.
Wow! Sony, you were too late. You were planning that already, but you said nah.
Imagine Xbox Game Pass have. Sorry.
Game Pass Plus.
I mean, technically they have, but no, but that's for different systems, right? But this is for different libraries of games. Like they are adding Nintendo 64 games emulated for the Nintendo Switch, and that's not all. They're adding Sega Genesis games as well.
Oh, do you want to play? Do you want to pay for another copy of Sonic the Hedgehog? Now you can. Oh, dude.
And they are making controllers for it as well, authentic controllers for this to play with the emulated games, wireless controllers, also at an added price, of course. So this sounds like interesting idea at first, and then you see, oh no, the Nintendo the idea, alright, oh no, and they can get away with it. Oh god, nobody's gonna call them out hard or enough to make them backtrack. No.
Boo, if it's wireless, that means it's Bluetooth. Can we use that controller for on PC?
Excellent question, and I hope the answer is yes.
I have very interesting ideas with that. Those Toho games kan? using the N64 controller. Atau if our friend from the Eater also wants to play, the new Melty Blood, why not do it on the Nintendo 64 controller?
Oh my god.
That sounds torturing.
Hold on. In the game list, is there Perfect Dark in there?
No, the rare baru release Banjo Kazooie. I think it's coming. So if it's Banjo Kazooie is already there, I think it's like it will be added later, I guess.
Okay, hold on. Is there Golden Eye there?
Do they want? Do they can afford that?
No, I'm asking the FPS games specifically because you can do one other stupid thing. Plug in two N64 controllers to have that dual analog stick experience.
Oh my god.
You know the one controller that is standardized right now, right? The one with dual analog sticks. If you want to have that experience on the Nintendo 64, just grab another one. Now you have to control a weird ass dual controller setup with 3 prongs, and you have to hold it in the middle each. And I don't know how it works, but it works. It's such a cursed controller. I love it. I know people love it and hate it, and it's very much like
the stepson of a controller.
I like that there was one time in the timeline where we've considered going this route before we settle down with dual analog sticks as standard. Man, what a weird world if we don't have 2 analog sticks.
I remember that the first game that uses the current style of console shooting in.
Uh-huh.
I think like Ezreal Resurrection? Something like that.
Oh yeah,
one of the Alien games, yeah.
Oh yeah, look at that reviews.
Everybody hated the control strip. This is so convoluted.
Time flies.
I wonder if they're still in the gaming industry.
Maybe if you look hard enough, we'll find some traces or some updated hot takes. But it's fine. Things change, my man. Things change.
But you know what else doesn't change? Pre-orders.
Oh god damn it. I'm glad that was a setup though, but still, god damn it.
Yeah, for our final news, Gran Turismo 7 has their pre-orders up now. And it is... Ooh, this is quite spicy, actually. Because, for us, here in Malaysia, the PS4 version of Gran Turismo, digitally, it's like 249. So basically, it's, your usual $60 game.
Yep.
But I've corroborated with my friends from all over. This game in the Australia land, it's 120 Australian dollars. Which, if you put it into the Google machine, that is 75 American dollars.
Well, Australia has always been like more expensive when it comes to games.
Okay, yeah, that's another thing I want to ask. Is it standard in Aussie land with that price?
I don't know. No, I think like for $60, I think it's like tak silap, it's like $90, 90 AUD.
Like I know, like
Yeah, there's the
some
PS4 version.
Yeah,
I
there is the
think.
PS. No, the $120 Australian dollars is the PS4 version.
Okay.
all right. Okay, so here's the thing. It could probably be regional pricing. It also could be that some countries just be like that. Like I know, like Canada, Canada,
Canadian land.
Canadian land. They actually charge a bit more. Even though in Canadian dollars, of course, but their standard their equivalent to the 60 USD price is a bit higher. I think it's 70 or something. Don't quote me on that, but it's a bit more expensive compared to now. But for us, it's more like direct conversion from USD, our price. Plus a bit more.
Plus a bit more. Yeah, it used to be 239. Now it's 249.
Yeah.
I mean, inflation. Wink, wink.
I wonder what happened to the economy, especially here.
Economy.
Anyways. Oh, remember that time PS3 games were 180 ringgit? Wow.
Well, remember when PS3s was like 600 new? Now used is already 600.
But okay, never mind. We good. Okay, what happened with Gran Turismo again?
Yeah, pre-orders. I mean, it's already like established now. Like $60 for the PS4 game, $70 for the PS5 game, 75 if you want to have both. 75 80. I think it's 80. I have to double check. But yeah, it is. We have normalized $70 games. You said. Tapi, it includes the Toyota Supra.
They know what they're doing.
The JGTC Toyota Supra.
Specifically, the Castrol Tom Supra. They know what they're doing.
Hey, remember this car? Yeah, you cannot get in the original game. Nah, here's one for free.
It's like they're adding that specific callback skin to a new action game that has too many sequels down the line already. They know what they're doing.
The Fast and Furious then. Fast 7, they know what they're doing. And also, like, the guys, for those who buying the physical edition, you can get the special edition with a steelbook case. And
that's it, right?
That's it, yeah, that's it. And like three more cars. The Toyota Yaris, which you can just buy it for like, I don't know, 20,000 credits in game. The Mazda RX Vision GT3. Oh, I think this is in every GT, number GTs have this. The staff mode since GT5. The staff mode car.
Okay.
And the Vision Gran Turismo Porsche 917. Oh, yeah, the soundtrack as well. Ooh.
You know what's missing?
What?
In the special edition, the big manual.
The magazine.
Magazine.
The magazine.
You
the
know,
magazine's
you know,
manual.
in GT6, you have like this 200 pages of like coffee book material. It's kind of small, like this PS3 DVD case, Paul, right? But it's thick with knowledge and history of car, like legit car. You can put it on a coffee table for some place, and you can have people just read it. Oh, that's what FF means. All right. Oh, this is how an apex of a corner you have to tackle. All right, cool. Oh, this is when this car appeared in the scene. All right. It's an encyclopedia, man. I would love to have that. I would have pre-ordered just to have a weird coffee table book of Gran Turismo. Even if it's just rehashing all the known stuff, it's just that it's a statement of intent, man. Gran Turismo is less of a video game now, and it's more like a preservation technique. Cars will not be a thing in like 20 or 30 years. the only ways we gonna preserve it is through this video game series.
Like Forza was doing that as well, tapi I think they got greedy with the money. for the motorsport lah, the Horizon one is still okay. Tapi Horizon is also like going towards the casual crowd.
Yeah, that you can sell coffee books to them.
Like now, instead of the starter Pokemon cards, you get all 3 cards. Like, so what's the point of choosing then? I want to start with my shit box.
Look down the line when people have complained enough, they wanted the oldies. They look back and say, yeah, we should go back to our roots and do the Pokemon starter cards again.
Disingenuous as hell.
I mean, everything comes and goes. Time moves on. We're not in a loop, man.
Oh wow! Do you know, Meck? Do you know the steelbook with the magazine now is just 99 ringgit without the game? For Gran Turismo 6?
Huh.
So coffee books are very expensive now. And I guess on that side note, we can end the podcast.
Oh, it's been a long ride. It was fun having everyone here.
Yeah.
Good vibes only, except for the end. So, what they gonna have on the thumbnail? I've already have some suggestions in mind. What do you guys think about?
What are your suggestions?
Okay, a No Man's Sky world background.
Okay.
Yoko Taro helmet as planet. Let's go.
Okay, Yoko Taro Moon. Looking
Taro
on
Moon,
board.
yeah.
Alright. And there's a Deathloop breakfast box. That was an April Fool's gag. I'm just gonna put it there.
And what? Snapperton?
Yeah. Look, but should I get Spamton or should I get the Suspamton? And there are multiple variants of Suspamton.
You can use whichever is fancy.
Oh boy. Alright, that works.
Oh, wait. You have to put yes moments land there. You have to put the text.
God damn it.
Oh my god.
There's too much. Passing it out will be too much.
Alright, cool.
Yes moments land.
And I think that's the podcast.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, socials.
Mm-hmm.
Anan, go first.
Yeah, twitter.com/dropnear. DR4UPN1R. DR4UPN1R. Daniel.
I have been Daniel. My Twitter account is Flaky FL4KY. I have two reviews for this week on the podcast. That is Rustler, GTA but horses, and WRC10
Wait. Can you repeat that? GTA
but horses.
That's interesting. Continue.
Yeah, horse, not horse, not ho. Or you know the other word.
Yeah, you know the words.
Not the W one, the H one.
The H, not the W.
Again, yes, woman's land. Respect women. And I have been Abiram Mekronos Ashraf, MECKRONOS. The review of Deathloop is out on GameMomentous.com. If you need to know more of Deathloop. As for other things, we'll let you know, or we'll keep you in the loop, I guess, for more news and reviews coming up in the next few weeks. Which we have some in the works. We have some. And that's it then. That's dia.log, the Game Matters podcast. And
Don't eat the yellow snow.
Oh yeah, it's autumn. Fine.
yeah, have a fulfilling day.